It all started on a stormy Friday evening, the kind of night where the sky seemed endless and gray, with steady sheets of rain painting the windows and the air thick with a cold that sank deep into the bones. The rhythm of the drops beating against the glass carried an uneasy tone, echoing the turmoil I had been trying to ignore inside myself. My wife Elizabeth had always been my anchor, the person I trusted more than anyone else, the one I shared my fears, my dreams, and my very soul with. For years she had been my safe place. But lately, I could sense a change. The light in her smile had dimmed, her laughter no longer felt genuine, and the spark that once burned so brightly between us had dulled to embers. Something was wrong, terribly wrong, and no matter how much I tried to push the thought aside, I couldn't. One night, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. Normally, I wouldn't even think of touching it. We had always respected each other's privacy. But that evening, an overpowering urge compelled me to reach for it. My hands trembled as I unlocked the screen, a knot of guilt tightening in my chest. Even before I saw the truth, I felt it. And when the messages appeared before me, my heart sank. The words revealed everything. Elizabeth was having an affair. His name was Paul. Their conversations were filled with passion, secrecy, and a closeness that cut me to the core. There were exchanges about meetings, confessions of affection, stolen moments that should have belonged to us but now belonged to him. With each sentence, my stomach dropped further, until I felt hollow, gutted. The woman I loved had shared herself with someone else, and in doing so, shattered the foundation of the life we had built. For days afterward, I carried this knowledge in silence, pretending nothing had changed. Each time she told me she was going out with friends or staying late for work, I forced a smile, swallowing the anger, grief, and betrayal that threatened to consume me. But behind that mask, a storm brewed. I couldn't keep living in limbo. I needed to act. It was during one of those sleepless nights that a dark thought took root. Elizabeth's sister, Sarah, had always been part of our lives. Unlike Elizabeth in recent months, Sarah radiated warmth. She was thoughtful, kind, and consistently genuine. Over the years, Sarah and I had become close in our own right, drawn together by similar interests and easy conversation. She had always treated me with respect, and I knew she cared. She had no idea of her sister's betrayal, and I knew she would be devastated if she ever found out. One evening, I asked her to come over, telling her I needed someone to talk to. Elizabeth was, of course, working late. Though I knew she was really with Paul, Sarah didn't hesitate. She agreed without question, her compassion as immediate as always. When she arrived, I poured us both a drink, and we settled into the living room. The silence was heavy, filled with unspoken weight. Her eyes, full of concern, searched mine, urging me to tell her what was wrong. And so I did. Slowly, carefully, I told her the truth. The affair, the lies, the pain I had buried inside me. As the words spilled out, her expression shifted from confusion to shock, her face pale as she struggled to comprehend. Tears welled in her eyes, and before I knew it, her hand was on mine, soft and reassuring. That simple gesture cracked something open between us, something unspoken yet undeniable. The moment escalated faster than either of us intended. One touch led to another, comfort turning into closeness, and closeness tipping into intimacy. It wasn't premeditated. It wasn't logical. But in that fragile, desperate moment, we both sought escape. Escape from hurt, from betrayal, from loneliness. For a brief time, the world blurred and all that mattered was the shared solace between us. The illusion shattered the second the front door opened. Elizabeth walked in, dripping with rain, her face flushed from her evening. Her eyes landed on us instantly. Sarah and I locked in an embrace that spoke for itself. The keys slipped from her hand, clattering loudly against the floor. Her expression froze, shifting from surprise to horror as silence thickened the air. I rose slowly, meeting her gaze, my voice steady but hard. "I know about Paul," I told her, watching as tears welled in her eyes. "I've known for a long time. The betrayal isn't just what you did. It's that you never once thought about what it would do to me, to us. You ended our marriage the moment you chose him." Her face crumpled with regret, raw, crushing regret. She wasn't angry. She was broken, finally realizing what she had destroyed. Sarah, unable to process the chaos she had just been caught in, grabbed her things and left without a word, leaving Elizabeth and me facing each other in the wreckage. We sat there for what felt like forever, silence weighing heavier than any argument could. Eventually, Elizabeth broke, sobbing uncontrollably. But I couldn't bring myself to comfort her. That part of me, the part that had once believed in her, believed in us, was gone. Trust had been shattered, and without it, love couldn't survive. In the weeks that followed, we chose the only path left to us. Elizabeth moved out, and the painful, messy process of divorce began. It was filled with bitterness, sorrow, and countless words left unspoken. Sarah later reached out, apologizing again and again, but I couldn't blame her. She and I had both been pulled into the destructive wake of Elizabeth's choices. We were simply two broken people, caught in the fallout of betrayal. The life Elizabeth and I once shared became nothing more than a memory, a bittersweet reminder of love lost and trust destroyed. Though the road ahead was uncertain, one truth was undeniable. That chapter of my life was closed, sealed forever by the rain-soaked night when everything changed. Would you like me to make the rewritten version even more dramatic and cinematic, almost like a short story? Or keep it closer to a realistic, personal confession style?